Hello, hello.
What is up, everyone? Episode 42 of NookTalk Live. And Zach, I feel like this is like, okay, we know what's happening. Last time we were like super hyped. I mean, we were still are hyped.
Yeah, it has not ended. My heart is still going strong from this AC resurgence.
I still can't believe it. I'm not gonna believe it until we can update our games and like start playing. So I guess this episode is gonna focus heavily on Q&A, but it's also gonna focus in on some like rumor stuff. I put out a video today. Zach put out a video yesterday about like some hot rumors, and I feel like that's the result of like Nintendo announcing something weeks before. You know, there's always this period where everyone's like assuming things and looking at footage like way too much. So is that like what you've been doing?
Feels like a personal slight, looking at footage way too much, frame by frame.
We all do. Everyone here is guilty of it. Whether you make videos or not, you're guilty of it. But is that what you're doing? You're kind of like overanalyzing and
Yeah, I mean, I think Nintendo did it to themselves, like you said, by putting this out with such a lead time, but also because they said there is more ways to enjoy that we haven't talked about yet, right? They kind of dug themselves into this little place where we are going to be hyper looking at every single frame of footage. And I do think that like it's not just pie in the sky, you know, hypothesizing. There's a lot of evidence in this trailer that points to more, you know, that points to more things, and everything from Brewster, can you work for him? The sticks in the water. I know you're a no stick guy. I watched your video today.
I'm a no stick guy.
You're a no stick guy. I'm a stick guy. And there's also, you know, there's all the stuff with the new villagers and how you're going to get them and the Amiibo cards and fruit. Fruit is kind of the big one. We are going to do a heavy Q&A segment. So thank you everybody for being here. What is going on? Make sure to get your questions ready because we'll be taking them in a little bit here. But let's start with the fruit. The fruit is what I'm most excited about just because I feel like crops has gotten such an emphasis for months. Man. New fruit, Pat? New fruit?
See, here's my thing, because if you haven't watched Zach's video, that like heavily inspired my video today.
Yeah.
And you went through everything, okay? You went through like Amiibo screenshots and like everything. So here's my thing. I just don't know if there's enough currently shown to make me want to go to Kapp'n's Island like 5-10 times. Like, and hear me out. I'm super excited. This isn't complaining or anything. It's just like, what happens after the bushes? What happens after the glowy weeds? What happens after, you know, the vines and things like that? Surely there has to be more. Like, that's where I'm coming from. So, you know, of course, in New Leaf, there was, heavy emphasis on like tropical fruits and durians and things like that. So I feel like it just makes sense. Like, I don't know, you guys in the chat, like, is there enough right now to make you want to go? I mean, I guess like the other cool incentive is, you know, we could be playing in fall and we could go to a summer island. Like maybe we didn't catch some of the bugs or fish or something. I didn't mention this in my video today. I also think, well, so there was exclusive fish on Tortimer's Island.
Right.
That could possibly be a thing too. There has to be more. There just has to be more exclusive stuff over there.
I think so. I mean, Kapp'n was one of the first things shown off after Brewster, and you know they're charging 1,000 miles to go to these islands, and they say they're hidden gem islands. It can't just be vines and glowweeds, and then whatever that new bush is. It has to be something else. And in my video, I kind of dug deep into some imagery from the game, and I know like they could have just thrown this in, but what really tipped me off was there's one chart where it shows wheat and it shows carrots, and then it also shows what looks to be like lemon and potentially mango or something else, or tomato, and that doesn't make sense until you see, oh, they confirm carrots and wheat, right? So why confirm carrots and wheat but not confirm the others? There's also a shot of a vending machine where if you zoom in, there's definitely some durian juice in there and definitely some lemon juice in there. Why have some but not others? And people have done a nice job of looking at the drinks. The new drinks each have a fruit icon on them, and there's one that sure looks like it has a lemon icon on those cool glasses with the fruit hanging off the edge. Plus, we have clear usage of lemon in the dishes. Update 2.0 is bringing everything from New Leaf and past games in. Why not this as well?
Yeah, the one that I'm most on board is probably lemons. I feel like lemons is, because we've seen it multiple times. I don't know if we haven't talked about this yet, but crops is another thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's this whole like pumpkin or pepper debate in my comment section today.
I love it.
Okay, I'm looking at it. It could be either or. I mean, it could be like an exaggerated pepper, or it could be like a smaller pumpkin. I have no idea. Either way, someone said that they saw like a stuffed pepper recipe. So I don't know. I mean, there has to be, and even the narrator, I just watched it back. They said and more with the crops. So I don't know. Here's where I'm at. I feel like everything that we saw in both of the, well, it was one presentation, but they split it up. Everything that we saw, there's more to everything that we saw. Like Brewster, they spent a minute on it. Has to be more. We'll get into that in a bit. But like Kapp'n Islands has to be more. It just can't be, so I'm going to stick to my 85% of the percentage that they've shown to us. I think there is way more.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I just love how in-depth people get. I saw some people saying, well, it's a green pumpkin because they already have the orange carrot, and that would, it would look weird if there was two orange veggies on the same little sign, but pepper does make just a ton of sense, especially since the narrator said, there's and more crops. Honestly, like, it's crazy to think that there's more beyond what we already know, because what we know is everything. What we know is more than enough, and to feel like we're going to open this up on November 5th and find even more. I think cooking is one of the elements that is larger than they showed as well, just in terms of how many ingredients there are, how many recipes there are. There also seems to be, I saw this new, I don't know if it's a theory or just idea, that there are edible foods and then placeable foods. And people were surmising that perhaps, there's a harvest basket and it has one of every announced crop, that is like a special kind of DIY that's like placeable, and that there's two different kinds.
Oh yeah.
And so all these different ideas are very interesting. If you want to go to Brewster, we can. It's so funny that Brewster was the boy, and now I feel like he's so overshadowed. I feel like he didn't get his moment.
There's some disrespect going on. I mean, I even said last time, like, he was probably I just think that because we knew it was like a little bit like, imagine, guys, we went into this knowing nothing, and there was just a generic Animal Crossing graphic. Everyone would have flipped out about Brewster.
Yeah.
But since he was already released, and like, if I'm being honest, the features that they showed, like swiping in Amiibos and having them bring in guests, that's cool. Yeah, I do like that, but like, it's very small, and having your friends come over, that was stuff that we already could probably assume. And seeing Isabel come in, we all knew that there was going to be NPCs. I talked about this today. I am a believer in this. Are we going to be able to work there?
Is this going by the mat in front of the side of Brewster's desk there? That little mat.
That's what I said. It looks like a pickup mat.
Yeah.
And then just the mechanics of New Leaf. It seems to me like they're bringing a lot of that back.
Yeah. I think there's got to be more to the Roost. I mean, to carve out a whole section of the museum for you to just walk in and sit down seems a little silly. I feel like the mechanics there have to be larger. Even with the Roost, there's some interesting thoughts of like, can you build the Roost before Red's art gallery? Like, is it possible to go out of order with the museum, or is that not even, a thing? And how is the Roost unlocked? How is Kapp'n unlocked? Those are some of my favorites. Like, how do you get Kapp'n to start pulling up? Is he just going to automatically show? Is he one day a week? How are they going to do that? I heard you talking all about this debate of like NPCs, Plaza or Harvs. Like, there's just so much up in the air, but I do think you'll be able to work at Brewster's. I don't know how deep it'll be. But I don't think they make that big of a cafe and, that pretty of a locale for you to just step in and sit down. And look, if nothing else, Nintendo is very consistent and congruent. Everything that you could do in past games is the way it works here, and that's the way the Roost has worked. So to me, it would be very odd for them to consciously, pull that out of the game.
I want to say thank you, Becky. And also Emmy says, do you think we could get seasonal cooking DIY recipes like pumpkin pie or Christmas cookies?
That would be interesting.
I think we could. I mean, anything's possible. I think the bigger question, and a lot of people have this on their mind, is with Turkey Day coming up, because Turkey Day was such a cooking-centric event.
Right.
I don't know about you. Did we talk about... I don't even know if we talked about this. I feel like the event is going to be the same, except now he's going to ask for potatoes or wheat or sugarcane or flour or something like that. Do you think they would really change it up that much where you're the one cooking?
I don't know. I mean, my thought was that maybe, since they have added new items to every the big holidays thus far, Halloween and Bunny Day, that perhaps like maybe Franklin will give you a unique cooking DIY at the end of it. So like that's how they shift it. But I don't think the mechanic will change. I don't think Franklin's going to all of a sudden say, yeah, you go cook it. I think it'll, be you still have to bring him the ingredients, but like you said, more options, and then maybe he provides you with, something for cooking, since he's kind of the cooking guy. And like, I don't want to get too much down the rabbit hole of what could have been, but it does make me wonder if like some of this stuff was supposed to be in from the beginning. When we saw the cooking data mine before Turkey Day last year, we were like, oh, cooking will make sense for Turkey Day. Was cooking supposed to be in there for the first Turkey Day? You know what I mean? Like there's these things that, was this all supposed to be one chunk, or was it supposed to be split up? But I don't think any holiday is going to change like significantly.
No. If there was one that was going to change, it would be Turkey Day, just because like, there's such a big focus on cooking, and there's new like DIY cards, and like you were saying, placeable versus edible things. And now food works differently. When you eat it, you get 5 energy. So that's the only one that could possibly change. I just don't think like, what'd you call him? Chuckles?
Chuckles is my boy. I want to bring up like one thing you mentioned in your video today I thought was really on point, was that a lot of these features in old games, they upgraded after a certain number of uses. Like after a certain number of times going to Katrina, getting a fortune, her shop, opened up. After a certain number of times of helping Brewster, new features opened up. And that would be very difficult to convey in a trailer, especially when they had so much to cover. I don't think they'd sit there and say, 5 times at Brewster's earns you this, and 15 like that's just that's too convoluted. So I think that features that did require some sort of like upgrade, if you will, I think those could still very well and probably will be included. There's just no easy way to show that off.
Yeah. It's difficult though, because I feel like your character working at the Roost definitely would have made the trailer. Like even if like the narrator was like, and enjoy new activity, or like I don't know, just something like that. It wouldn't be like specific, but I still think it's coming. I do think we're going to be able to talk to him. I even think that the Brewster gyroids have a good chance of coming back as like maybe rewards or something. Yeah. But yeah, it's just weird that they left that out. They fit a lot into it. They had a focus on yoga for like 20 minutes.
That Brewster got more shine in that segment than he did at his own Roost. I mean, yeah, it is weird that it wasn't showcased, because that would have been like a very wanted and exciting feature to debut. But they're both weird. It's weird they didn't show it, and it would be weird if it wasn't in the game. What are we down to? 2 weeks ago? Two weeks to find out?
Dude, I can't wait.
Have you, like, let's just give a little behind the curtain. Have you started to plan what the heck you're going to do November 5th? Like,
I know.
Oh, yeah?
I know exactly.
Okay, so
we need the timing, okay? So there's been a lot of people confused about the timing. November 4th, we should be able to play it at like 9 Eastern. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be able to play it then. The DLC, I'm assuming, will be the next day, right?
It just depends how they release it. So, like, I stream games from the Australian eShop at like 8 a.m. the day before. But I don't think that will be the case, because then that would mean that 2.0 would have to be in there, before Happy Home. My guess is that it'll be a worldwide, like, midnight launch for the DLC, probably.
Okay.
And then the update rolls out time zone by time zone or something, I think. Or maybe it just all rolls out with the update. Maybe they're tied together.
Yeah.
You can't really have one without the other.
So this is what I'm going to do, Zach.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I think this is my
take
plan.
Notes, by the way, so I can copy this.
Before I do that, I don't want to miss this. Kelsey said, with more food DIYs being added, do you think there will be more uses for the energy that we get from it? I don't know, because 5 is a pretty big number. I mean, that was also a big meal. Who knows if like a drink, is going to do something. I think they're all going to do different, but I mean, what else could we possibly do? Like dig up trees and rocks and things like that? I don't know.
Yeah. I wish there was a new usage for energy, but I just have no idea what it could be.
Yeah. This is what I'm going to do. And I recommend this to everyone, okay? I am going to go right to the Roost.
Okay.
I don't know about anyone else. I'm going to go right to the Roost. Well, if it is there, I don't know. Maybe I'll do the Brewster quest first or whatever.
Yeah.
I am going to sit back, maybe invite some of my close NPCs, some close villagers. I'm just going to have a coffee and I'm just going to bask in. We waited so long.
Man, I'm glad to hear that. I'll be working on my first video. You'll be just take all the time you need. Invite all your friends over. Get Eric
Zach
in
will
there.
have-
Get Jack in there. Let's just take your
Zach
time.
will have like 10 videos before I'm done my first cup of coffee.
Before I forget, I want to point out that Sharkbait has a great idea in my chat, saying you might need the energy to polish the furniture. That would be interesting.
That's true.
If polishing did require. I mean, it's a pretty aggressive action. You saw that villager girl. She was just hyperdrive.
She was going
there.
crazy.
Yeah, that was wild. So that would be cool if that was another usage for energy. But yeah, I just feel such a sense of overwhelm because I don't know where to begin first. And Happy Home Paradise 2.0, the Roost, and inevitably we're gonna have to do something to get the Roost. So there's that. There's Kapp'n. I think honestly, like, don't let Brewster hear this, but I think Kapp'n is what I'm most interested in because I think that has the most like mysterious potential. Those islands just are the most unknown. We only saw one little bit, and there could be much more.
Yeah. I'm going to get my cup of coffee. After I'm done with that, Zach has 20 videos. Go watch them. I'm going to go to Res Services, and because I'm a smart little apple, I've been saving all my Nook miles, so I'm going to buy everything in the kiosk right away, okay? I'm going to buy the cooking, whatever, new reactions, everything.
Hairstyles.
I'll play around with those, you know? Then I'm going straight for Kapp'n, okay? NPCs on Harvs, that's pretty tempting, but I'm going... Kapp'n has so much randomness to it that, like, how could you not? How could Kapp'n not be the first or second stop? Like... So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, got to get all your bells ready. Got to get all your miles ready. I've seen a lot of people, and I think you mentioned it perhaps, of like restarting their island, and so then you're losing out all your progress in terms of mileage and in terms of bells, and really probably want to save that stuff so that you can use them for all these features. It's going to cost a lot to spend, to donate to Lloyd on Harv's Island to get all those characters and to go on all the Kapp'n quests. So.
How much do you think it's going to be, by the way?
For each of those?
To recruit. Because I had a wild theory in my live stream the other day. I didn't predict this, but I was just imagining, what if it costs 1 million bells for each of the NPCs? Now, okay, you might be freaking out.
I'm freaking out.
But Zach, if I said, pay me 1 million bells and you could have a permanent leaf on your island, would you do that? You would do that.
Yeah.
I want the grind, Zach. Here's the thing. I don't want you, especially you, Zach, to run through this and then be like, what's next, Nintendo? I'm bored again. Please take your time, man.
So you want me to go really slow?
Well, do you.
Okay.
Do you, but...
Yeah, I think... Because what is Nook's first house expansion cost? 150?
I don't know. Well, even the last one is like, what, 1.7?
Yeah, and
I don't know.
What is a bridge cost?
Guess depends which one you get. It's like 100. It might be 100K.
Okay,
it might be 100K.
So then
for
I think at least that. If it's anything less, they're undervaluing. That's like slave labor at that point. Sahara should not come all the way for 25,000 bells. I
just think that they should put a high price on it. I'm not one to be like, oh, you go grind, but like this is a big deal. You're essentially building a new island, so I kind of want it.
Yeah.
Senpai with the 2 says, imagine you need energy to work for Brewster. Oh my god, you have to clock in every day with like 10 energy or something.
That would be amazing. Throughout the day, you're like, ugh. It's just getting lower and lower and lower, and then you're just out, your character passes out. Oh, I wanted to point this out. I mentioned it in my video about Harv's Plaza. Tortimer says that he can get something from your storage, send something to storage, or like, I'll have to pull up the exact frame. I don't want to mess up our live stream, but he says like, or fix you up or something. And I wondered if like he can like, I'm gonna pull it up for you exactly what he says. Animal Crossing Direct. Hang on. He has like a third option, which I know this is like a long shot, but I'm like, man, is he gonna have some healing properties? Is he like an instant medicine man?
Wait, Tortimer says this?
Yeah, hang on. I'm right there. I'll pull it up for you. Okay.
Tortimer got like 20 seconds of airtime.
Yeah, he says, oh, He says, if you want to put something into your storage, take something out, come to me and I'll get you fixed up. I guess I'm reading into it, but I was just hoping that, Tortimer just patches up, He has longevity.
Zach thinks you're going to be able to get an oil change from Tortimer. That's not the case.
Come on! I really want Tortimer to be more than just a freaking traveling suitcase. That's just kind of depressing.
I mean, he's alive. Let's just give him that.
Oh my god! I hope he goes a little senile. I hope he has like some random things he says that are just a little off. Because it would be sad if he's just a storage. Also, let's point out that remember the mysterious send back to storage thing at Harv's Island before?
Yeah, that was totally him.
That's totally him. That's Ghost Tortimer.
So you couldn't get your items though. I think Tortimer is just you can get your items too, right?
Yes, you can do both. It's a two-way.
Okay.
It's like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Tortimer opens it up and you can just pull out whatever. By the way, another secret from the trailer. I don't know if you noticed this one, Pat. Do you know you can batch select now in your pockets?
Batch select?
Yes.
How many times do I have to watch this thing? Everyone hits me with something new.
Once per day.
People are like, Pat, did you look at the triple rainbow in the back? I'm like, I gotta watch it again.
It's a gift that keeps on
I
giving.
didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really,
I didn't know that.
It's really crazy. I'll do a little live. I'll pull up the screenshot. I have it saved for you. I'll show it very old school style here. But yeah, it makes me hopeful that maybe batch crafting got in there and they just didn't want to show us, because this is wild and weird, and it's really fun, honestly, that there's so many different little nuances that we can see here. I'm gonna be really.
Nicole says, what if you need a 4 or a 5-star island to get Kapp'n or Brewster? I wonder if there is prerequisites. Esmil says people are looking at Nintendo Switch Online very short-sighted. They'll keep adding DLC from other games to make it harder and cancel the service. Oh, yeah.
See how he's highlighting 4 with yellow right there?
Oh, yeah.
Weird, huh?
I'm telling you, 85% might be generous. I think there might be more to show. They'll keep adding DLC from other games. Yeah, I think I said that last episode. I think the Nintendo Switch Online upgrade, I don't think we're over with that.
I hope not. I think it'd be very silly if they didn't. I don't know why they didn't announce it, but yeah, that's kind of been my thinking as well, is that more expansion packs for other games. Say Mario Party Superstars gets a board expansion, that would also come there.
Yeah.
Or eventually Breath of the Wild, it would also come there. That makes sense.
So they're saying that the batch select might be for bringing your items back to your storage.
Just for that? Okay.
Yeah. Dan, thank you so much, says, assuming we can work at the Roost, what if we can also make not only drinks but also pastries and snacks for customers, since cooking is being added? Yeah, it might just be coffee for Brewster, but I mean, we don't know. That's just me going through past games and things like that, but that's interesting to think about. Yeah, how involved is cooking going to be? Is there going to be more? Can you donate recipe? Can you feed Blathers? We don't even know.
Can you feed Blathers?
I want to take him and just give him a little bottle,
Feed him some crickets, man. Get him. What do they call that? Exposure therapy. Just get him over his fear. The game is just. I don't know. This is going to be the most exciting, best time for Animal Crossing New Horizons ever. The week of November 5th and November 12th, I think will be the highlight of this game. This will be the week that we remember. I mean, obviously when it started, but considering now everyone has such a background with the game, everyone's islands are so fleshed out, and now just dumping so many features, I think November 5th through 12th is the best. It's going to be the best week of Animal Crossing ever.
Yeah, what I would do is, you're going to be playing Animal Crossing anyway. Don't expect to do anything. I think the 5th is going to be National Call Out Day. Man, I've already heard 50 plus people saying they're calling out of work. So don't expect to go anywhere or, So, but yeah, this is exciting. I feel like this is going to be the same excitement, probably even more when we first got this, the day of the Direct when we saw all this stuff. And it's going to be on that level of hype. It might even be on the level of hype of when the game first launched. Because
I think
this is essentially a new game. I mean, it is a new game with 2.0, but Happy Home is a new game. That's just in the Animal Crossing world. So I'm so excited.
And kudos to you, because remember, you called, I mean, and you didn't frame it as DLC, but you'd said for a while, I remember early Nook Talks, like, that you thought they would release a spin-off game since this was so successful. And effectively, this is effectively a spin-off. I mean, it's attached, it's not separate. I thought about that the other night. I was like, what if they had made this standalone? And I don't know if that would have been a smart play to, like,
That'd have been bad.
Gently put people to Animal Crossing, or if, you know, you have to get them the main game first, and then this works out.
Even if so if they went that route and they did a standalone game, they would have had to make some system where you can transfer items or transfer your villagers there. And I think they probably thought of that, like, if I'm being honest, but it's just way easier to make it DLC. And Nintendo's not the same company that they were back when New Leaf was out. I mean, they're very much in favor of DLC now. Nintendo's a company that's behind all the time. I mean, their hardware is behind. The way they do things, their online, their voice chat, everything is behind. And but they seem to be on par with, like, DLC. I think they do it well. Like, this DLC, $25 compared to, like, a $40 game, like, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, no slight in other titles, but when you think of, like, a Fortnite skin is $10 to $15, you know, for $25 you're getting just an exceptional amount of content. Got a lot of people that are taking the day off. Someone in my chat says they took 10 days off work, their vacation, 5 to 15, to play this whole thing. That's impressive.
And you're, man, that's crazy. I mean, here's the thing: don't blow through it, guys. This might be it, man. This might be it. So,
are you still excited for Halloween? I mean, or has that been completely overshadowed for you? Because this is supposed to be coming up your day.
Dare you? Of course I'm excited. It's Halloween. It's the greatest holiday. Yeah, I'm still excited, but this has me forgetting a little bit. But no, I mean, I don't go out and trick or treat or anything. I'm going to my friend's wedding that day.
Oh.
I'm still excited about Halloween. And that's actually, I wanted to talk to you, Zach. It's the 22nd, right?
It is.
When is our Halloween coming in Animal Crossing? Okay, when are they unlocking this? Is it going to be like a day before tweet, or?
Yeah, I think it's going to be. It might even be the same thing as, like, an update where it's like 9 p.m. the night before, you know, like that type of thing. I think they just, whatever switch they have to flip, they flip it, and they bring Jack out. And for a while, I thought there was going to be an update tied to it, but clearly not. Clearly, the items are in there. Clearly, the holiday's the same, and clearly, it doesn't matter as much because the huge stuff is coming, you know, 5 days later. But I hope Jack still gets his moment in the sun. The last thing I wanted to ask you, sort of just, is there more wise, is do you think all the Amiibo cards will work for Brewster's phone, or do you think they're going to, again, have some sort of strange limit? Because they say you can call NPCs. Can we call Porter? Can we call Phyllis? Can we call Gracie Grace?
I don't know. That's a mystery to me, because, like, they would have to make new models for all these characters.
Right.
I think. See, I don't know. Like, that interests me, and also who they're gonna bring as guests. Like the Able sisters all together. That's cute. That makes sense. But they emphasize that pretty heavily. So, like,
right.
I mean, is Isabel gonna bring Tom Nook? I don't know. Or Digby. People are saying so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna work? There's a pretty long list. I mean, maybe the Amiibo. Obviously, it would be Amiibos, but there's a lot.
Because what happens right now if you scan in, like, into Harv's? What happens currently if you scan in, like, Gracie Grace or something?
So you get their poster.
Okay.
So, I mean, there is some code written in there.
Yeah.
But I think it says something like they're not compatible, or you can't use them, or something.
I guess it would be a lot to have all that, right? Because there's probably, 10 other NPC, you know, Booker, Copper. There's all these other NPCs. So it's probably just, like, wishful thinking. But at the same time, you know, you can scan them into Happy Home Paradise. You can scan them into the Roost. So I don't know. That'll be an interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said, I think just the ones that work at Harv's. Possibly.
Yeah, possibly the same list.
Sempi again says, any speculation on villager updates? On a villager update? Well, we kind of did get a villager update. Well, speculation on the villager update? I mean, well, there is a point that I was going to ask you. I think yes, but do you think the villagers are gonna, like the new villagers that they're introducing, do you think those are gonna be everywhere? Like you can hunt for them? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I think so. I did like a really Zach type look at it, and I was like comparing the verbiage for the Sanrio cards and the verbiage for these Amiibo cards. And with Sanrio, they said like get the Sanrio pack to unlock new in-game content, and so that told me like, okay, that's wording to let you know like, hey, there is content locked behind this pack. Whereas for the Amiibo cards, they don't say that and don't use those words. And it would be very odd because Sherb and Raymond and Judy, like those cards from the set will of course work. So then to like specifically lock out other village, you know, because what I'm trying to say is, Sherb and Judy and Raymond are already in the game, plus their cards. There's 2 ways to access them. So then to make like just the new 16 only Amiibo would be very odd.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna populate into the Mystery Islands along with everybody else, which again just makes the game, it refreshes it on a whole nother level, which is so awesome.
Yeah. Summer says, I wonder if once 2.0 is out, if all of the holidays will be unlocked for good. I've been talking about this like legacy update. I keep preaching that's probably going to be the last update where all the holidays are unlocked. You can go to any point in time and you can celebrate Halloween next year, New Year's, whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's coming yet because I still have hope rather that they are going to do a dedicated Turkey Day update. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be anything crazy, but like new items, new Christmas stuff. I think the update that you're talking about is probably going to be sometime next year. I'd probably say summer.
Yeah.
Because there's still some gray area. Are we going to get another paid update? Probably not soon. It would probably be way out.
And I don't know. I still think they have, November through March to add maybe some seasonal events and seasonal items. We've only had one festival or whatever that's called. We've only had one Toy Day. We've only had one Turkey Day. So I think we got to get through all of that first, and then you can start thinking about some sort of sunsetting update. It says no more major updates, but paid DLC is a possibility, and so are small updates. And I think we'll see those, like you mentioned, with Franklin and Jingle getting a little bit of extra oomph, and probably honestly Pave as well in January. Still waiting for that Valentine's Day update. Now you got Brewster in there. You can do something cute at the cafe. Fingers crossed.
He does serve hot chocolate.
Yeah, pretty romantic.
On Valentine. I mean, that's the place to be. We got a lot of questions rolling in here. Gorgon says, do you think there will be a lot of new clothes? So clothes, actually, they didn't focus on at all. I am under the impression that every single NPC, let me just see. I think every NPC is going to get an update. It seems to me like... It
does. I think they have new inventory, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say yeah, for sure.
I got one.
I didn't really pay attention to like any of the Islander clothes that they were wearing in Happy Home. But yeah, isn't there a uniform already confirmed? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's wetsuits that were in the same data mine for the school uniforms. There was wetsuits, and so I think there is going to be more. AC's Life says, am I the only one bummed they left Rover out of the direct? Do you think we'll be able to invite him to the Roost? Absolutely. I think Rover comes back. He's already in the game, so I think that's one that you absolutely can easily bring. And anybody shown Lottie, you'll be able to bring. I think, unless you can't leave her post. I mean, we do have this confusion of can characters exist in two places at once? Like, can Leaf be on your island and at Harv's Plaza? How does that all work? And that will be a test of the lore of Animal Crossing coming November 5th.
The only one I don't think you'll be able to invite obviously is Brewster because he's going to be working there. Like, I wonder if it's gonna do something cute. I don't know. Like, there's so much to test out.
Do you think you can invite Brewster to Happy Home?
No, to the Roost.
No, obviously. I know, but can you invite him to Happy? Can he leave?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
First, dude, if you can't invite Wisp or Jack, oh my god. Or yeah, he sits down with you, Chris. That's a good one.
Yeah.
How much did you pay Sabrina for saying this? Sabrina, thank you. Want to say hello and hope you are both having a great Friday. Hashtag always trust Switchforce. How much did it cost, Zach?
All it cost was being right about just about everything. A low price. Let's
no apologies though from people. None. I haven't heard any go your way.
Oh man, I decided not to do it, but I did want to kind of run like a highlight reel of people telling me that Nintendo's a business and there's no reason for them to invest in this content. They already got people's money. They're not going to put new things in.
Maybe surprised you didn't do it. I'm surprised he didn't do a Trust Switch Force like trailer where you're like, man, I think Happy Home's coming. Introducing Happy Home, and then like all your.
It's a good idea. Thank you. I have been trying to put out more content lately. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm doing 2 or 3 a day. So I'll take
more lately. Zach, you do 3 videos a day consistently for 20 years.
The last month of moving, I only did 1 per day. I was getting like scratchy. I was getting like anxiety from like God, I'm only posting 1 a day. So it's been nice to be back on track. But let's get to some questions. We haven't had any last week. We just talked at them. Let's talk with them a little bit. So fire away, Pat. I know you got some in your Discord that you're gonna pull, but if you guys have any cues, throw them in the chat.
I got some donations, so we got to read those. Frankie says, how much of the luck and fortune mechanics do you think will return? She's a mystery too. Right. I don't know what the luck is going to affect this time around. Probably turnip prices, something, tripping and stuff. Normally there was a quest that was involved where you would buy a certain like clothing or something and give it to her. That's going to be interesting. Emmy says, do you think we can walk around with sandwiches and donuts like our villagers? I think so. Yeah. Why not? Why can't we?
You got boba and cotton candy and with cooking, yeah.
And Sierra says, do you think there's going to be a shop upgrade? Nooks Cranny. Zachariah?
Not in this one. I don't think there's a hidden shop upgrade. I think that's too big of an ask to have hidden, like an entire new shop. And they also showed Nooks Cranny quite often, like, oh, you can get these items, you can do this, and so I don't think I guess that staircase will stay forever closed.
Yeah. Do you think Amiibos will ever be available? Yeah, because they're sold out on Best Buy and Walmart. Were you able to get some?
I got 3 from Best Buy.
Yeah. Wait, 3 single packs?
Yeah.
Or 3 orders?
3 single packs.
Okay. I made 3 orders of 2 each from Walmart. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Hopefully I can.
I plan on getting some on launch day. Like I plan on going and trudging out there into the wild world. I got a question, a donation. Thanks, Allison. Do you think we'll be able to place the plaza furniture on the plaza, Pat? Here we go. You're staunch on this one, man. You're not letting up.
Okay, I said this in the video today. Guys, listen, hear me out. How important is the plaza in the game? Like, I'm not even talking about the NPCs. Let's assume that the NPCs go away forever on Harv's. Guys, you got holidays, you got bug offs, fishing tournaments, you got KK playing. Do they just disappear? Do they go in your recycling box every time? I'm not getting the logic of where the items go. I think it's just a cute little name. Wait, are you Team Plaza?
Well, here, I was Team Plaza because I was thinking, hold on. I was thinking like, okay, how cute would it be if the villagers, how they sit down on the benches, they do yoga, they interact with KK. What if these were items to allow the villagers to interact in the plaza, like more interactive elements? But you shut that down when you reminded me about New Year's and Firework Festival. What the heck would happen to your items when that occurs? Now, unless it's specifically locked that you can put one, like there's one specific spot and you can put one of these items there for the villagers to play with, but I can't see it. And you mentioned the Plaza teacups. Why are they Plaza teacups in comparison to just regular teacups? I have no answer for that. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm leaning towards no, but I'm holding out a little bit of hope.
I think it's an item set. And then the other thing is like, well, Harv is building his own plaza. Guys, look at the footage. There's no room to put these items on Harv. Yeah. Harv's Island is great. It's just not big enough. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. I hope I'm wrong because the plaza, that's a big opportunity, especially for design, but I don't know. Got a couple donations here. Gary says, do you think there will be Pokemon items for the 25th anniversary like Mario? Pokemon integration?
I mean, but I'm going to say no.
Yeah, the only one I'm confident about is Splatoon and Zelda at this point.
I did a poll of where you're going first in 2.0, and I'm honestly shocked at the responses. It was very even except for one. So Kapp'n was actually last place with 16%. Happy Home Paradise was third with 17%. Harv's Plaza was second with 18%. And 47% said the Roost is where they'll go first. Wow. Brewster coming in clutch. Man. Goodness gracious. That's pretty
I'm
cool.
gonna do one about the plaza. I'm doing like.
Have you
come
seen?
on.
There was someone that messaged me and they said like, didn't you and Pat make a bet that Pat would dye his hair if Brewster came? And I honestly don't remember it, but I don't think we're letting you off the hook because I can't imagine we would have made a bet that broad that if Brewster came. But they messaged me multiple times.
I think it was like for E3 or something.
Yeah, like if he was at that.
What, are they hounding
thing.
you?
Yeah. Make Pat dye his hair.
All right. Let's see. I'll do that later. Kate says, I'm so glad I held out hope for this update. Are you ready for November 5th? Plaza Furniture is a nod to City Folk because it had the shopping plaza. I just...
Oh my god. Did you know that there are Pokemon items in Pocket Camp?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's like EV stuff. I think you're frozen, by the way,
Yeah,
on my
I
screen
see that
anyway.
I am. I'm trying to think how I'm gonna fix this here. I'm gonna unplug.
Zach is looking down in disappointment. Yeah, there's EV stuff.
Pat, this is how I feel about everyone when they were wrong about 2.0.
Zach's like, I swear Brewster's coming, and this is the face he would give. Yeah, there's they did a Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee item stuff, and
that would be so cool if we could get that back. Man, I'd love. Okay, so maybe Pokemon's back on the table. There's a lot of stuff in the Sunset update that they should do is just say, hey, everything from Pocket Camp, it's now in.
Oh my god,
wouldn't that be something?
And you could put it all in your plaza, like all you little hooligans want.
Everything goes in the plaza. Every last item. That would be good. Let's see. Nimbus the Dingus, great name, wants to know, what do you think of the NPCs at Harv's Island possibly being upgraded? Do you think the RV could turn into a little building?
I'm gonna say no, just because I think they love the campground aesthetic. Like you have little hippie Harv and hippie Harriet. I think they really want to hold on to that.
Yeah.
And it just makes a different aesthetic. Like you have, like, guys, how different is our island from Harv's little campground, from the Happy Home Paradise? Like it all feels different.
Yeah. I don't expect that either. It would be very cool. I think it's sad that you can't enter the RVs just because you could enter the RVs in New Leaf, but hey, I'll take it.
Bub says, is there any sign of us being able to place rugs outside? This was I should have covered this one today because, okay, there are a lot of rug decorations on Harv's Island.
Right.
But I think there's a big divide right now whether or not, like, every item we see in the trailer we can use on our island, or like every little feature we can use on our island. I think this is just Nintendo designing on Harv's Island. I don't know. What do you... Because there was rugs on the ground.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to get my camera to refocus and it won't. But anyhow, there's this whole set of items that show up in other places that we, like, can we do it? You know, there's obviously the sticks in the water. There's that ledge down to the beach. There's the rugs at Harv's. It's like, are all these things, and I'm frozen again, are all these things possible for us to create, or are they just fanciful creations? And in the past, everything that they could do, we could do. But with Happy Home Paradise, maybe that changes now. Maybe it's just not the case anymore.
Yeah. I'm going to go to my Discord a little bit.
Yeah, please
we'll get some items.
I'm going to... Goodness gracious.
Zach is a little shy today. Zach's shy today.
Guys, don't look at me, please.
Let's see. Razor Leaf says, do you think there will be new fish and bugs in this update?
I hope.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. I think if you were to see them, they would probably be exclusive to Kapp'n's.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. I think the Kapp'n thing is so weird. It has me the most intrigued, but like, I can get snowflakes in June if I wanted to. It's just so weird.
It is the time traveling potion. It allows you to do it all, and you know we talk about this game as a design centric game. Well, now you can access the DIY that maybe you need, and you can grab mushrooms, even if it's not fall, if you're a player. And I almost wonder if this is a way, like a year two thing. Right now, if you get the game for Christmas 2021, you don't want to wait till next June or next summer. Now you have a kind of an out to go get them, which I think is really nifty. I would love to see more bugs and fish. That's something that I've asked for tons of updates now, but yeah, exclusive bugs to the Kapp'n Islands, maybe. They have exclusive plants, so.
Robin, thank you so much. Payday and Alive plus Zach plus a like spike. Yeah, let's get like spikes on both the streams.
Like spike.
Will we be able to invite Blathers into the Roost? I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to go even further.
I love this question.
I think he's going to invite Celeste with him when you invite him. I think so.
That'd be cute.
I'll give you a double prediction there.
Celeste one day getting her own side of the museum, or is it going to stay lopsided forever?
I think that is going to be the biggest like eyesore ever. You guys are going to have to look at that forever. It makes sense to add her in, but man, I also think of like, we add everyone in these buildings. Our islands are going to seem so empty, and they're actually going to seem deserted because no one's going to be outside.
Well, yeah, and you know, I know symmetry is nice on the eyes, but many buildings in the real world are not symmetrical, including many of the new buildings in Happy Home Paradise, the school, the restaurant. I think the hospital is symmetrical, but there's some that aren't. And it also looks like there's one or two other buildings. We don't have to speculate anymore. Yeah, one other thing I've seen a couple people ask questions and I thought about is just the idea of customizing villager houses. Do you think that's going to be in there since we can't adjust the outer facade of our house?
Oh, like the outside.
Yeah, the exterior, sorry. Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be kind of cool because then that would open up, you know, design centric again, but like you can make little cabins for everyone. You can make little like Zen, you know, houses and stuff. So I would like that. I think that that's very possible, but
I would like it so much that it made me freeze. I'm going to try a different USB port. Sorry.
Let's see. I actually had a question. Oh yeah, I have a question for you, Zach, whenever you're ready.
All right.
But okay. Okay, so with every big update, or with every update, whether big or not, there's a data mine that comes out.
Right.
What is this data mine going to look like?
I think I think all the new features or the things that they haven't talked about will be quickly uncovered. You know, if there are new upgrades, if there are new elements, if there are new fruits, that'll be found. And it probably will give us a taste of, I would imagine, you know, what, if there's going to be any other updates, right? Like, maybe something that's, you know, perhaps something from the Turkey Day, Toy Day update, like that could pop in if there's, you know, new items added or a new reaction or something of the sort. But I think the choice you're going to have to make, and by you I mean audience, do you want to know everything and you're going to go on Twitter and search data mine, or do you want to uncover it naturally as it happens? Because you'll probably find out every KK song, you'll probably find out every Happy Home item, you'll probably find out every reward from Pokey and from Lottie. You'll probably find out if Digby's in there or not, and you'll probably find out what goes down at the Kapp'n Island. So there's a part of me that wants to see that stuff, and then there's a part of me that just wants people to have the natural moment of like, oh my God, Digby, you know, once you complete the whole archipelago, Digby, you know, comes and congratulates you or something.
My thing, and I know for a fact that I'll probably do a poll soon, but there's probably going to be a lot of people that are going to uncover it quickly, or people that say they won't. But let me just ask you guys, what is the actual point of knowing everything that comes out when, let's just say hypothetically, this is the last big update?
Right.
We have forever to figure it out. Why do it on day one? I just don't get it. I don't get it. So, I mean, and there's a place for, like, you know, videos that go over that. I'm not like, because Zach, I think you're gonna make stuff like that. Not to that extreme.
I'll put data mine in the title so you know. I won't spoil it in the thumbnail.
But I don't know. It's just, for me anyway, maybe I just think differently now. I don't want things to get spoiled because it's gonna happen. People are you're gonna see a screenshot of Digby on Twitter,
right?
If he is, but.
Yeah, I think there is something to kind of cherishing this as, you know, one, it's what we've held out for, and two, it might be the last thing in quite a while. But yeah, it'll be tempting to know.
Zach's playing this down, but guys, get ready. If you want to know, go over there.
I will have a data mine video. I'm just the messenger, okay? I'm just trying to inform the people that don't have 1,000 hours to design their island.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even like when I brought this up, I didn't even want to know about what was added. I want to know if there's anything like coming next. Like they say no, but
Right.
there could be data mines like, you know, Celeste or something. That's like more so what I was getting at. But yeah, I have no desire to like know everything. But let's see. Haley says, do you think we'll be able to bring all the items we unlock in Happy Home Paradise to our island? I need that cave they showed in the Nookling's house.
It's a cool cave.
I think so. What's that?
It's a cool cave. I like that cave.
Oh, I thought you said what cave. I'm like, go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single item that's in a house, you're going to, for sure, 100%, you're going to be able to get.
Yeah, and they have said that like the recommended items you will have access to, or at least it makes it clear that recommended items you'll have access to. So like Happy Home, I'm talking now about like catalog, what catalog it pulls from, and it seems like Happy Home will have some like baked in stuff and then take more from your island. Do you know what I'm saying? Am I making
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Mia says, do you think there is going to be more paid DLCs, or do you think this is it? Gave you a week to simmer on that.
I think this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, I mean, obviously this game is more powerful than most, but I don't know how much viability there is. Say, like, oh, next summer they release another paid DLC. You know, like, at that point, it's like, wouldn't Nintendo rather just promote new games? Get your... I just don't, like, it's got to be diminishing returns of, like, all the people that buy the first DLC, less would buy the second DLC, so I just don't know. I mean, I guess they know numbers-wise better than anybody, but you'd think that it would be...
So, what was this, like, interview that came out from IGN? It was, like, botched or something? Like, they said Nintendo, and then they wasn't Nintendo? Like, what happened with this? Do you know about this?
Yeah, I have to pull up the specifics, but basically they gave a quote that seemed very, like, final, and then maybe it wasn't final. I'll pull up the exact thing. I can find it quickly here. While I'm doing that, a good question from Beach Kevin. How many Amiibo villagers do you think we can invite to the Roost at the same time? And will they stay there until we leave the Roost, or will they stay there all day? Like, till closing?
That's a good one. So as far as inviting villagers, how long they will stay?
Yeah.
I think it's going to function a lot like the campsite. I think you're going to be able to probably invite one per day, or maybe a couple per day, and then you can have your friends in there. But yeah, so choose wisely, I guess. If you don't time travel, I think it's going to be one per day. And, you know, whether they come alone or with friends, like, I think that's...
You think only one at a time? There's a lot of seats in that Roost.
I would have to check the wording, but I think that, I don't know, maybe Nintendo is going to sign like best friends to people, and like but what happens if you invite, so what happens if I invite Eric? Because it's not going to be a copy of an Eric. Is Eric going to like stay in the Roost all day and not on my island? So I don't know. That's a good one.
And can anyone wander into the Roost? You know, like villagers can wander into Able Sisters and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're going to wander in once you start working there, because it's definitely going to happen.
Hey. The direct quote that IGN gave, and I don't, like, it's just not clear. They say, Nintendo has confirmed to IGN that Animal Crossing New Horizons version 2.0 update and its Happy Home Paradise paid DLC will be the final major updates to the game that has sold over 33 million copies since its launch. Nintendo shared the news with IGN in a presentation for today's Animal Crossing Direct, where it revealed that the version 2.0 update and Happy Home blah, 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 blah. Following that date, Nintendo says it will only be supporting the game with small changes. It's just not clear if that's the same, like, are they just commenting on the same thing that we saw, or is this something separate? They indicate that it's something separate because they say, like, oh, Nintendo in a presentation to us, so that sort of sounds like it's like a separate thing, but I don't know. I mean, they really downplayed this update by saying new and fun activities, and then they were like, oh, let me just give you everything in the game. So I don't think there will be, but I think we have to wait and see.
Here's the thing. If this DLC sells 10 million, 15 million,
then they change
this ain't gonna be the last DLC. You heard it. There's no way from a business, like, I don't know numbers wise what makes a good DLC, like sales numbers wise.
Right.
But I'm gonna assume that like maybe a quarter of the people playing, maybe a fifth of the people playing are gonna have some interest in it and buy it. Like, if it puts big numbers up, there's gonna be another one. There's just no way.
Yeah, I think that's valid. I mean, I would guess that there's not one planned right now, but maybe. Mermaid M says you guys are doing such a great job keeping us updated. Are there any signs of quality of life updates? I mean, man, that interface on Happy Home Paradise would sure be one nice quality of life update to our islands, but I don't think we'll get it back. And that is one of the most frustrating or disappointing parts of that whole trailer to me is like they fix terraforming, but we can't do it. Like top-down terraforming would be so nice, and I don't think we'll be able to do it.
I just think like for the Switch to load an entire island in that view would be like
too much,
next to impossible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I think that most of these new things that are coming to this game are quality of life. Like they're just kind of like hidden in a very Animal Crossing way, you know? So the Harv's Island, having Leaf available all the time, having Red available all the time, that's quality of life. I mean, you don't have to time travel to go find him. You know, oh, what's going on there?
Hang on, I'm sorry. I'm getting us back there. Okay. Sorry. I have to fix my camera. It's driving me insane.
I mean, the whole Kapp'n thing is a giant quality of life. Like people that don't time travel.
Yeah.
I don't know, like if I would guess that the average person buying this that doesn't follow into this, like as much as everyone here, Kapp'n is a huge quality of life thing. Like
it's interesting that you put it that way.
So, I mean, I just think it's all quality of life, honestly. I mean, you're getting new fences, you're getting fence customization. Yeah. There's a lot of quality of life in this.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe not quality of life in like the batch crafting or batch buying way, but it is quality of life in terms of it's going to make your life better. And I guess like by building up so many of the features, building up Harv's Island, building up crops, building up cooking, it is improving the quality of life in many different ways. Even like the polishing could be viewed as quality of life because now your furniture can have like little tweaks. Ceiling furniture is like quality of life in a strange way. The partitions and the counters, the whole thing is our quality of life will be much better on November 5th than it was on November 4th.
Oh, definitely. Lisa says, what do you think of Nintendo's handling of the new Amiibo cards so far with the unannounced pre-orders? Is it going to be Sanrio all over again? So my question to you would be, what more could Nintendo do at this point? Because they've announced the release date.
Right.
So they're letting everyone know, go to your local retailer and buy them at this date. Like, I don't really know what more they could do besides like offer it on their website or something. Like,
yeah,
I feel like it's more of like a retailer thing. Like
I guess the big thing is just how many stores offer it, and we've already seen that it's going to be more than Target. I think that is what Nintendo can do to remedy, is not have it be single retailer, and they've proven that that's not going to be the case. I personally think these things are going to be far more available than the Sanrio cards. I know that they sold out pre-order-wise, but to me, this is something that they'll want to keep in stock more regularly to help push the Happy Home Paradise DLC, and I would imagine gearing up for the holiday season, they'll have a lot of these. With that being said, if you want, 10 packs on launch day, you probably should line up.
I think the first week they're going to be
hard to get,
easy to find.
I
think easy to find. Okay. And then they're going to go away and everyone's going to panic. And then a month or two later, they're going to do another wave similar to Sanrio. Like you can go to the store right now and I'm pretty sure you can get Sanrio cards now.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people say lately that they've had, no trouble getting them. Yeah.
Yeah. The main problem with these is that they're so cheap. So they're like a scalper's paradise. So
already going for $35 on eBay.
Yeah. So I think the first I'll even scale it back. The first few days, they'll be easy to get.
Okay.
Then it's going to go dark. And then don't cave, guys. Go to Etsy if you have to. Don't cave. And then there's going to be another wave because scalpers are going to realize that they're not as valuable as they think. And then you'll be able to get them. So
I want to clarify one thing just while we have a lot of people watching, because I get this question every day. If you buy the DLC for $25, you do not need any online, and you have it forever. I've had a lot of people say, like, do I need to buy both? Or what happens if I get the online membership and then decide to have the DLC, or I have the DLC and then get online? If you pay the $25, they never take it away from you. You'll have it forever, and you don't need any membership. The only way the membership applies, and honestly, I think Nintendo did us a disservice by like making this so convoluted. If you don't buy the DLC, the membership gets you access to DLC for a limited time as long as your subscription is running. But if you buy it for 25, that is like the same as you going to the store and buying Animal Crossing New Horizons. They can't take it from you. You own it. You have it, and nothing can change that.
Yeah. It's so confusing. I think we discussed this last time. I'm gonna buy the DLC separate.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not sold on the upgrade yet for Nintendo Switch Online. I think it is gonna be a better service at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I just don't have. I have an N64. I got a Genesis. Well, I have access to Genesis games, so yeah, I don't need to. You know. Okay, I got a question here. If you restart your island, do you think your hip will also be restarted? Oops, I didn't mean to say hip. What is that?
Happy Home Paradise. Like, can you?
Happy Home Paradise. Okay.
Yeah.
If you restart your island, yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I don't think those exist separately. I think they're a part of your character, really. So I'm gonna say yeah. You're still gonna have the DLC. So.
Yeah, I don't. I
That's the divide too. It's like, wait, can I restart my island once I get the DLC? DLC is now built in your game. Your game
it
now
feels like they're connected. Speaking of hips, they're connected at the hip. I think it's the same like save file. You're not opening Happy Home separately. Happy Home is in the background and accessible through New Horizons. So I would imagine if you delete or modify your New Horizons save data, it is going to reset Happy Home Paradise as well.
Yeah. Miss Kid has a great question. Let's set expectations a bit. What do you think is the most we can expect from any future small updates? Zachariah. By the way, I hate the whole set your expectations low thing. We literally proved that wrong.
We proved that wrong. I mean, I think they could add to me, it's items and seasonal events. I don't know that we get another NPC, and I definitely don't think we get a big, like a new building or a new mechanic.
Yeah.
But, they didn't say last free update. They said last free major update, so we can go back and forth on what's major and what's minor. I think they will continue to support this game as long as it makes sense, and that should be for a while with the player base. But I don't think you're getting like now there's a train or Rossetti has an underground, like nothing, nothing even close to that.
I agree with you. I think we're going to get holiday stuff, festival, bunny day, toy day, things like that. New items. I don't think we're because someone said bug fixes in the chat, but I don't think we're at that stage yet. And guys, I'm just saying this, if the DLC sells well, and I do think it will, because a lot of people have like the 2.0 plus the Happy Home. And once you start seeing so here's the thing, Happy Home is going to sell itself. Okay. Mm-hmm. If I go to Zach's island and Zach says, Pat, check out my house. It's so cool. Look what I did. And I go in Zach's house and he has partitions. He's got freaking red disco balls. I'm going to be like, well, how'd you do that? And Zach's going to be like, go to the eShop, man. It's going to sell itself. People that see the interiors of people that have the DLC, they're going to buy it instantly. I think it's going to be a giant success, like Sims level success. I think this is the answer. People love designing. Interior is the next step. Okay. So I think we're going to get more. We're going to get more. There's no way.
A number of people are asking, like, what about 3 years? I still think they'll support this game for 3 years, and new items and seasonal events is support. I just don't think you're going to get major content updates. The only thing that I will say goes beyond items and seasonal events is if they do the Zelda and Splatoon stuff, that's, to me, fair game. I don't know if that comes as paid content or if that comes as a free update, but to me, that would be like, that's the ceiling of what we could get. But I do think they'll support the game for 3 years. I think you'll see seasonal events and items. Heck, you might even get items for next Bunny Day. But
yeah,
that would be fulfilling their 3 years.
Tori says, thank you, by the way. Did you guys get Animal Crossing Monopoly?
Yes.
We both did. We did talk about this. Got mine the other day. Super cute. Can't wait to play. So I got it. I made like an unboxing video. I haven't played it though. I don't have people to play it with.
I haven't played it either. It's a lot like Monopoly Junior, if you ever played that back in the day.
Oh yeah.
It's very well
done
though.
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it go on sale and I've seen it be more readily available. So I think it's a great like holiday gift.
I finally found it for the first time in the wilds last week. Like
Nice.
This thing was tough, man. Sarah says, do you think we will get the option to flatten or reset your island without losing items progress? No. I think that's the name. That's the name of the game. Yeah. And everyone that is thinking about restarting, consider flattening. Okay, for the items alone, for everything. Like, yeah, you're gonna want your stuff. You're gonna want Nook miles. You're gonna want your DIYs. Trust.
Pandora says one massive complaint for the update is that you can't change your island name. Says it's so strange they didn't put that in. Is that something that you wanted?
Well, that's not... We don't know that yet. We don't know if we can. I mean, Isabel does have new dialogue with the ordinances, so that... I mean, it could happen.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people like to make themed islands, like myself included, and, you know, a lot of people change the name based on that.
Right.
That would be really cool, even if we have to pay, like, bells or Nook miles for it. I think that would be a nice quality of life. It's not, like, a major thing, I don't think, but it's definitely for the hardcore.
I just don't think they'll add it because they're so, you know, strict on, like, if you want a new island, you got to buy a new Switch, you got to buy a new copy of the game, and I think like that kind of just falls in line with that. A lot of people in my chat asking, you know, is DLC going to be available for all users? And the answer is no. If you buy the DLC for $25, only your purchasing account will be able to play Happy Home Paradise. Every player would need to buy Happy Home Paradise. And another question, this one comes in from, where is it? Stephanie says, do you think we'll be able to invite our friends to the archipelago?
No.
I'm assuming it is a single player locked thing. I would imagine in the same way that, like, oh, your gates are open, you can't do this. I'd imagine that, like, you won't be able to access the menu item for flying to the archipelago.
Well, the only thing is, like, we're designing schools and things like that, so it would kind of be cool to show it off. There must be a way to show it off.
There is. Welcome to the Happy Home Network, where you can take photos, you know, like
their own, like, MySpace. Okay, I got a couple questions here. Daikon says, do you guys think that when the 2.0 releases, all the events will be unlocked? No. We answered that before, but I don't think so. I think that's coming next year.
Yeah.
And Catherine says, new camera mode, full island maneuverability, or just when near villagers or on a timer? I think it's just going to be... It's going to be slow moving. I don't think anyone is going to be playing Animal Crossing in first person. Like full on. I just think it's going to be just a first person view. And if you look at the footage, it was very stiff when you moved. So
like
it's definitely limited.
Camera.
Yeah, it's pretty limited.
My biggest quality of life that I want is a menu option for Happy Home Paradise. We touched on this last week, but like,
oh yeah,
instant load. I do not want to have to load into my game, come out of my house, go into the airport, talk to freaking dodos, and fly there, load in, load out, walk out. Like, yuck. I really hope that there's just a menu option to go to the archipelago. Otherwise, like, Pat, that's legit like a 6 or 7 minute process to get to the archipelago.
Yeah.
You know, like,
because then you have to go to your dodos again.
12-year-old Zach who got an hour of video game time after school, like I'm burning 6% or 10% of it trying to just load.
That's Nintendo's way. Hey, you guys wanted new and fun activities? Well, wait 17 minutes and you can load on your...
Holy goodness.
Oh man.
My gosh, that's awful.
Matt said, I reset, no time travel. I upgraded the museum before town hall. Okay. That's another, like, are you going to have to upgrade your museum?
To get the Roost?
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah,
there's going to be some prerequisites.
I think it's going to be a linear thing. I think you'll have to get the art gallery and then you'll get the museum. I think it's like,
I don't think... Oh, sorry, the Roost. I don't think you can pick and choose. I mean, obviously you can't, when Blathers is in a tent, you can't be like, hey, Brewster, shack up with Blathers.
Christina says, do you think we will be able to move resident services? This is another one. I don't. There's some like footage apparently in the trailer where it looks like res services is on the second level or something. Some people are saying that there's water there. I'm not buying it. I know that that's like the ultimate quality of life because it's like literally there. We can't move it. What do you think?
I don't think so.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
It goes back to your whole thing with the plaza. Like, it's so... intrinsic to so many elements. It's locked in. They probably won't be adjusting that. I like this question. Unstupid says, I just got back from lunch. Can you guys start over from the beginning of the show?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Today we're doing an episode focused on Q&A and also some things that are coming. We're going to be talking about those new fruit, Pat, and we're going to be talking about, the sticks in the water. Pat is a no-stick man.
No stick.
The good thing is these videos are saved on our channel, so you can watch the entire thing after. Once we end, it'll be a VOD on either of our channels.
Emily, I love this one. Imagine having your Happy Home page have a KK Slider song play when you visit, like MySpace did. Zach, what was your MySpace song? Come on.
God, I don't even remember. Probably Fireman by Lil Wayne.
Oh, man. I think mine was like Beverly Hills by Weezer.
There
It was
you
a dark
go.
time. It was dark. Let's see. Oh, yeah. We need to talk about this. There's been a lot of talk about this amazing machine, okay, that was shown in the trailer. And this is another rumor, speculative thing. This means nothing, Zach. This is just
it's just a
an
title.
item.
What are people saying?
People
that you
are
can,
like, that's batch crafting.
Oh.
There's no way you're going to be able to buy a vital tool at Nook's Cranny called the Amazing Machine. I don't know.
There's no... I think it's just ironically called that because it's like a big, crazy looking scientist, mad scientist machine. Well, I mean, how many items in the game create new functionality that you can buy? I mean, I guess now we have the
cooking, but I feel like those are going to be DIYs.
Yeah, probably.
So, I don't know. It just makes noise. Yeah, I swear it was in the other games. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, here's another good one. Catherine, thank you by the way. Villager hunts on Kapp'n Islands. How possible do you think this could be? No?
None. Different currency, I think, and I think homogenizing them is makes Kapp'n use like not as valuable. I think Kapp'n's like the point of Kapp'n is to have.
I think it makes it more valuable.
Oh, like they're special villagers just for.
Because it takes 1,000 Nook miles to go on a Kapp'n thing, and it's 2,000 to get a ticket. But you got to waste more time because Kapp'n has to sing his little lungs out. So
You think there's a skip shanty button?
Is there?
I
There
don't know.
can't be.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Maybe. No, there's probably one. I don't think so. I will say that the islands are very like, they didn't show any like, campfires or anything, but
Yeah, I don't think they'd merge those two.
yeah. Josh with the 2 says, would be cool to find treasure in the ocean and the grounds. As far as diving, I think the only update that we're probably going to get, unless there's new things on Kapp'n's Island, we talked about this before, is there's a new like mermaid music player. So I think there'll probably be a couple new DIYs with Pascal, but that's probably it.
People are saying you can skip it in New Leaf, his song. So hey,
Wow.
then we can skip that song.
And my rebuttal to that would be, how dare you?
How
First of
dare
all,
you.
I mean,
How many songs do you think there'll be? Let's just give a wild number guess.
5,
Oh, I'm saying like 20.
20,
Yeah.
10. I don't know, somewhere in between.
They're so short.
Okay, I kind of get the skip because in New Leaf, you had to like that was the money making place. You went to like Tortimer's, got your bugs, and got the heck out of there.
Right.
Danielle with the spicy questions. Do you think an NPC can room with a villager? Tasha living with Kix would be amazing. There's some spice there. I don't know. I still don't know how the roommate thing works because I think it's just like a random event that happens, or can we control it with just multiple
I think you can
scans?
suggest it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, that would be very weird, but at the same time you can invite those NPCs to design their homes, so it's possible. Let's see. I like this question from Kirsty. Do you think you'll be able to use the touchscreen for the pro design mode on the archipelago, like to, move things around?
Oh yeah. I would hope so.
That'd be cool.
Happy home designer, guys. Happy home paradise. it's such a relaxing. It's even more relaxing than Animal Crossing.
How is that even possible?
You just have a goal. You have some items that you have to use, and it's just you placing items and making villagers happy. Like there's no other wholesome game than that. It's just, I can't wait for everyone else to experience it because it was like one of the hidden gems I feel like on the 3DS.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Matt says, I still think there's going to be a Nooks upgrade. Did Nintendo ever explicitly tell us about the first upgrade? It was in the code about a second floor. I don't think they did, but it was also a part of the game. Like, they didn't really tell us a lot. They didn't tell us about, did they tell us about KK? That was a surprise, I'm pretty sure.
Him in the game whatsoever?
Yeah, I mean, it was implied, but like...
I don't know. I think that, there was a video clip that went around a while ago of someone walking around on that upper floor, but that very well could have been a test thing. I think, all the emphasis was on Cooking and Brewster and the Roost, and it started to tilt towards Lottie, as we approached the direct. I saw the chatter for Nooks Cranny seemed to kind of slow down, so there must not be as much data around that. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I like this one. Dallas wants to know if we think that Katrina, Reese and Cyrus, Tortimer can set up shop at resident services. Like, will they be introduced into the NPC rotation?
Oh, that's a good one. I hope so, because I think Katrina had like the best NPC like tent out of ever. Like when she came in, you're like, oh man, Katrina's in, and I actually wouldn't really talk to her much because I didn't want to deal with that, but. Right. I would hope so. Yeah. I mean, so would that mean Reese and Cyrus would come? I just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Tortimer definitely not, because his purpose is completely isolated. That's that. I'm going to say no, just because for the same reason that I think Kapp'n Islands will, have some exclusivity. I think they want to make Harv's Island special and like give you a purpose to go there. And I think that some of those characters will only be there. Also, like, it is tricky as is to get like Red to show up at your island and to get certain characters, so adding multiple more to the mix just seems like I don't know. I think throwing off that balance would probably be a detriment to the game. Yeah,
I agree with that. Where did I just see this question?
Is it interesting to you that LaBelle just got she kind of got the axe? She's the one, right? Like she's the plaza visitor that doesn't get a.
She sucks.
Yeah, she does. All right, we'll just come out and say it.
That's the worst NPC in this game. There's no grading system.
Yeah.
There's no cool rewards.
She's
not fun to talk to. Like, I think it would be cool if she like entered, Abel's.
Yeah.
And did something cool, or like. She became a shopping cart or something. Like, I don't know.
She became a shopping cart. All right.
Give us that functionality or something. I lost the question, so I'm sorry about that. But someone said, if you had to eliminate something in this direct, Kapp'n or the whole Harv's Island?
Dempin asked the same question here, so I'm sure that's who it is. And I was just going to bring that one up. Yeah.
Right now, with what we know. So basically, it's like some new bushes, those vines, the weeds, Kapp'n himself going to be able to like, basically like, Nintendo's way of time traveling, or permanent villagers. You're also giving up Katrina. You're also giving up Harriet. You're also giving up Tortimer. Man, that's a tough one.
I think, if there is indeed going to be new functionality for the already existing NPCs at Harv's, like I've, been high on the leaf fertilizer, not high on his actual fertilizer, but like I'm really big on Leaf's fertilizer being a thing in the game, then, okay, I guess based on what we know confirmed right now, I would pick dump Kapp'n, just because we don't know if new fruit's confirmed. We don't know how many environments there are. If it's just go there for the fun of it, I time travel anyway, so I can achieve that, on my own. I can't achieve this awesome Harv's Plaza with characters like Harriet, Katrina, and Tortimer that I can't see anywhere else.
Yeah. I think it comes down to like how many characters you're losing, and like a big complaint was like the amount of NPCs in this game. So yeah. I would keep Harv's Island. But man, I'd hate for that little guy to go. Fortunately, we don't have to do that. We have it all, Zach.
Hey.
So,
Love to Laugh makes an interesting point that I didn't even really think about. I wish Flick and CJ had their own permanent place. That would have been neat if they had some, moment. They're kind of now, I guess, alongside Daisy May, they're the least loved NPCs. Well, Wisp too, I suppose.
well, guys, we need someone on our island, right? We can't ship them all away. They can't all have their own buildings. I do kind of like the mystery of like seeing them and, also Wisp and Daisy May and things like that. There's still room on our islands for wandering NPCs. There is still charm in that. Like when you're designing or, you're going to a part of your island you don't normally go to and then you see them. It's always fun for me. Even if I don't talk to them, it's always, oh, Flick's here,
Yeah, I wonder if those characters will get updates. We kind of talked about like, everyone getting an update. I mean, I guess if Bugs and Fish don't get updated, then they won't get updated.
Yeah.
You think everyone has new stock, right? Sahara has new stock, Kix has new stock.
I think so. It would just make sense because that seems to be the trend right now. I mean, Leaf, we know 100% will have new stuff.
Right.
Pascal has to, I mean, how are we going to get that?
Right.
I don't see them releasing a mermaid random thing. So I think so. I would like to believe so. And then, a lot of people pointed out the new artwork and statues and things. So it seems like Red is going to get something. So I think, to continue the trend, I think Sahara is going to have some new stuff. I'm not good with interior stuff yet. I will be because I'll be a professional soon. But if I looked at like wallpapers and flooring in the trailers, I don't know.
Do you think Red's raffle is going to be the firework items year round, or is it going to be unique items? I'm team unique just because, one, to me it looks like the little raffle tickets are a different color when you zoom in, but two, that would just be odd that like you can get these firework themed items 24/7.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of hope like I kind of want to slow things down, Zach, right?
Oh.
I hope it's a once a day raffle ticket.
Okay.
I don't want to keep
mashing
spamming it every day.
Yeah.
And then you know what? If you talk to Katrina, maybe your luck could increase and you can get like a big
raffle.
prize.
There you go. Hey, we're putting this together. Abby says maybe Sahara will also sell some ceiling stuff as like a new category.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because where do you get that stuff? I don't even know. I mean, I haven't even seen it displayed yet.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a good one, and I want some suggestions in both chats here. Afterglow over on Discord says, what do you think will be the most common themes that people will start building with the new update items?
That's interesting. Yeah, what new theme ideas do you have for your island with all these new items?
So they say most common. I think it starts with farm core. People are saying farm. A lot of people are saying farm. I think it starts with farm because that's like the immediate items that we have. The unique themes will come out later. Construction core, Zach. I swear, I'm from the future. It's going to happen.
Construction core.
But you know what? I think we're going to get a lot of overgrown forests with the vines and the columns and things like that. But I think farm is going to take over.
A lot of people saying theme park, farms.
That's a cool one.
What about, I guess it's just transplanting the items, but doctor core, hospital core, school core, right? Because we are getting, all the different
Anything's possible.
Medical core, college core.
Medical core.
I mean, I think if we can get those, whatever they're called, baobab, whatever the African tree, those big trees and the cacti, that should contribute to making some more eclectic. Like your jungle island could have really used that tree. That
I know.
Neat.
Yeah. R.I.P. Jungle Island. Catherine said, okay, here's a good one. Honest thoughts on the morning stretches.
I will never do it. I'll do
You'll
it.
never?
I'll do it for a video.
Okay,
for a video. It'll be fun for a video. But yeah.
Zach, what happened to the 1,000 things you didn't know about stretches?
1 trillion
that video.
stretches, yeah.
How I got buff from Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Emotional. You know what? I'm going to say this. I think it's super charming.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome callback from the first game. Will I do it every day? Probably not. But you know what? I could see a lot of people working this into their daily routine. I'm not even kidding. Like, this is like a Ring Fit type. I'm sure everyone's going to try it.
Yeah.
It's a little corny. You're going to look a little weird doing it, but I think it's so cute, especially if like random NPCs will join you, like Brewster. Who doesn't want to do yoga with Brewster? Like, come on.
All right, I got a poll. Will you do the stretching? Will you partake?
Do it up.
Let's do this. Will
Yeah, and Chris in the chat, that's a good thing. Like, what if we get something from doing it? I'm sure it's going to be a Nook Mile achievement.
Oh yeah, probably.
So, 10 yoga sessions, you'll like, I think it's going to be like a. Now, will you get something from it? I don't know.
I want there to be like 100 straight days of stretching, and they're like, oh my gosh, you get a muscle suit. That's what they should give us for our villager.
Gabriella over in Discord says, "Are you gonna still time travel after the update?" Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, probably.
Here's the thing, for me anyway, time traveling, I use it to order items, and like nothing in this update lets me get my items ordered instantly that we know of. I time travel to invite campers in. I time travel to go to a certain date. Like, time traveling for me, I didn't used to time travel when I first started, but for me, it's like I have to play this game now. Just the way that I do design streams and things like that. Like, I have to. So
yeah. Taryn says maybe it'll raise friendship from doing the stretches. And this
true.
is another point to your plaza items not being in the plaza. What, they're going to just vanish from morning stretches? You're going to stretch on the teacups?
I mean, I guess like if we're thinking realistic, like they could like, you could like load into the session and then your items could like temporarily go away, but I don't know. It just seems like there's not a ton of room for all these items anyway. You're gonna make like a friggin' Disney park in the front and like try to get into res services every day. It's annoying. It's gonna be annoying.
That. Yeah, hey, you need to wait in line to go see the famous Thomas R. Nook. We'll take a couple more here. Kristen wants to know if they'll be able to do morning stretches on a Switch Lite. I think you'd have to have like separate Joy-Con. I don't think.
They specifically said Joy-Con, right? Or you can even. I would have to check the wording.
Yeah,
on
maybe
that,
there's a way to do it just with a control stick, just like press A or something. Like perhaps there's a way to get around it. People are saying you can do the stretches with buttons. Yeah, okay. So,
okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
Cool.
Miss Kid says, "Will morning stretches only be in the morning?" I think it's a dedicated time. See, I didn't really play too much of the original game. I had a close friend at the time that played it, so I don't even remember them.
How do you
I'll be
activate
honest.
it? You think you go into res services? You think the plaza just has a new button?
Well, there's that radio outside that you can like. I forgot what there was like a menu that pulled up. OG was 6 a.m. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I will time travel.
You had to be there at 6 a.m. Holy cow.
So yeah, it has a new stereo that you can access.
Holy cow. Wow. So far my poll is sitting at 72% yes to the mornings. 73% now, yes.
That what, they'll do it?
Yeah, that they're gonna do morning stretches.
Well, you have to. It's a new feature, but like, will you be consistent with it?
I want someone to make a YouTube channel or a TikTok where literally all they do is the morning stretches every single day. That's it.
Every day.
That's it.
So, here's a good one. But first, Michelle, we know the residents of Corneria are heading to Las Vegas. Now with the new update coming, what's in store for Cranston and the villagers of Peach Reef? Zach, you got no excuses anymore. Nintendo said, "All right, Zach, you don't want to design.
All right,
here's some items."
I got to pull a Pat here and make a reveal. So I'm gonna save that information for later and make a special island reveal. I mean, it is daunting to know that I'm gonna have to work on the archipelago design and my own island design. It was a lot for me to design, even a third of my island. So it's gonna take a lot of energy. I'm gonna need to eat a lot of dishes, get that energy up to like 20 out of 10. But I will let you know. This is really cute. Jeffrey, I love this. He says, morning stretches bring a new meaning to Good Morning Mario. That's quite nice.
Hey, okay. You could do that. You got a morning show, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It doesn't really happen in the morning now that I'm Pacific, but hey, Morning means anytime before midnight to me, as far as I'm aware. That's what Good Morning Mario is. Anytime. It's morning somewhere. That's how I view it.
Morning somewhere. Bree, we actually got an answer to this question now. A while back on stream, Pat said Pat said that there is a chance. I don't like that, by the way. Pat said this, but anyway, Pat said there is a chance you and Zach are meeting at Disneyland in November. Is that confirmed?
Confirmed.
Let's go. Yeah, I'll be meeting this guy, man.
I will dwarf Pat with my gangly giraffe height. No, I already know the first thing you're gonna say is, "Man, you're tall."
I'll be like, holy crap, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be so cool, and we're thinking of doing some other stuff. So
Yeah.
stay tuned. Stay tuned. In person Nook Talk. That'd be weird. You just be like sitting near each other.
That would be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's been like in any normal circumstance, it wouldn't have been this long time, but it feels like this is like a long distance relationship when you're like 16 and you don't have the funds to fly across country. So like after a year of build up, more than a year, man. Yeah, gosh. Yeah. Whew. Yeah.
You're the first YouTube person that I've met through YouTube that I'm gonna meet.
There you go.
Like ever. That's weird.
Dang.
Yeah, and I've never been to Disney, so that's gonna be a great week.
It will be
a great week.
Fantastic. I know that place like the back of my hand. I can guide you around with my eyes closed. So we will make sure that it's a fun time.
And yes, Zach is 8'3" and I am 3'11", so that's a good
like
dynamic.
6'2".
Catherine says, unfortunately, never played New Leaf. Are there different sets of gyroids? Do you think you will collect them? There are different sets.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's different, the gyroids look completely different. I actually prefer the new look of the gyroids compared to past games. I don't know if that's a hot take.
I think they look great.
But so the only difference that I'm seeing, and we still don't know this, but I'm not actually 3'11". God. There used to be
4'11".
Like okay, so like a squeezoid, for example, there would be a tall squeezoid.
Yeah.
And like a media. So like I don't know if they're still continuing that, but yeah, everyone here collecting gyroids is so fun. Like you're all gonna want to do it. So
I think it will be. It's one of the coolest like kind of subtle features. There's so many things that like I just keep forgetting about, right? Like there's like, oh wait, there's gyroids. Oh wait, there's just so many elements and that it's gonna be I just am going to be overwhelmed. I don't really know where to go first or what to do first. The people have spoken and said that they want the Roost first, but if y'all are at the Roost, that means I'm going to Kapp'n. I'm going to Kapp'n. That's what I'm doing first. Gonna try to find that durian.
Wait. Guys, can we just all pause for a second? After all of the cries for Brewster, you're gonna skip them.
I want to find the fruit, man. So I can bring it to Brewster. It's with his best interest at heart.
What is he gonna brew a durian? That smells like garbage.
God, come on, man. He's gonna, I don't know.
Wow. I never thought I'd see the day. Well, I guess when you show up there'll be iced coffee. So it's not gonna be good.
I mean, it's much hotter where I live now than where I used to live, so that's perfect for me. It makes a lot of sense.
You better do like a vlog style of like me going to the Roost, going to the Roost for the first time. That's gonna get you a ton of views. I promise.
Right. And I'll be P&P, me at Starbucks, and my character going to the Roost. And I'll be like, I'll dress up and I'll be, I'll wear the crown for Brewster. Do you think I'll get any weird looks in the Starbucks line with? Here, let me grab it with my crown. You think I'll get weird looks?
I don't think so.
Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah,
we will do it, and we will be back. I think for a show, but right before the update. That's kind of the.
Yes.
At some point before the update.
Yeah, we'll see when we can. I got a busy.
You do, yeah.
It's not going to be next Friday. So yeah, I think it's either going to be right before the update or like maybe right after. Yeah. So that's
basically
wild
NookTalk
show.
will not be on a hiatus. We will be back with NookTalk in the near future.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to everybody for watching on both channels. This is such a fun time to just share with all the communities. I really love. As much as the content is great, like one of the coolest things is seeing the community be so happy, be so unified, be so excited again. People felt sad that kind of like their friend group was kind of fading away, and it's like it's back better than ever. So I'm so glad to see that.
I didn't say this earlier, but the last episode of NookTalk, combining both of our numbers, okay?
What's the biggest?
It not only was the biggest, but our last biggest episode, it was 3 times bigger than that.
Woo!
So
dang, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, NookTalk is back in a big way. Finally, Catherine says dual channel where you cook Animal Crossing recipes in real life together. That sounds like a second channel thing. Zach,
Hey, we gotta,
I don't
we
know
gotta get you content for that. I'm ready for NTalk. When's the first video?
Tomorrow.
Wait, seriously?
Tomorrow.
Oh man!
Tomorrow.
Well, man, we really got to go now. Get some good sleep. Bookmark your YouTube page for Nintendo. If you're not following my guy, definitely go follow him. I'm about to go watch Dune, so I'll give you a review of that next time we talk. And Animal Crossing is back. Continue to make your videos, Pat. I want to see new content from you. Chop chop. And
Yeah. Happy home.
we get DLC. We get 2.0. We're meeting in real life. November might go down as the best month of the pandemic.
This month. My birthday. Like, guys,
oh
there's so
my
much.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. It's about to be wild. So thank you so much for being here, everybody. And we'll keep you posted on Twitter of like and Discord, obviously, when the next show will air.
All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for coming. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Next time.